afternoon, everybody, as we slide gently into November, the 4th today. I'm looking outside the window. It's about to throw it down here at home, so I might have a little, you-know-what, wandering in, trying to get in on the action. Little Finley here, but hopefully he'll calm down a little bit. So what are we doing today? I've got a regular tile. I've inked it, a couple of colours. I've used a green and a blue. And then I look in my kitchen cupboards and got some ViaKal out, and I've spritzed it without, completely left it to dry on its own. So sometimes, as long as you're careful and you're aware of what you've got underneath, if you're going to spray anything, sometimes I'll do it in the sink or over a tea towel and things. Just be careful, because this is a little bit bleachy, but it's done the job. It's given me a different sort of design on the surface, so that's what we're going to go with. First things first then, I'm going to come in with pencil, and I want to put myself a little bit of a construction kind of guide on. So I'm going to start with a little bit of a border. Now I'm going to go top to top there, because in a minute I want to put a diagonal in. So let's do this first. I might not keep this, hence I'm doing it in pencil. So I'll just hold it up in a minute so you can see. It's not a real, there you go, you can see that. Look, it's not a wide kind of border, just a narrow one there. Because then I want to come in and do diagonal. I want to definitely find the centre. Oh no, Finley's gone downstairs. That could potentially mean he's going to try and remove the stairs carpet from the bottom step, because I haven't put anything in the way. It's amazing, isn't it, what happens with these little poochies? He gets a little bit obsessed with things. Let's do it that way. And let's do it this way as well. So into there. So I've got a bit of a guideline there. So let's have a look at this then. In the middle, I want to do is put myself a little square shape. Now I've got sort of a shape to work to here, haven't I? So I'm not going to, put a measurement in or anything. I'm just going to say, well, it's about there. And if I line that up, look, and I'm lining up the bottom of my piece, the bottom of the ruler, I'm going line to line, see? So there we go, same again. And again, I'm going to curve these in a minute, which is why I'm doing it in pencil. And if they don't quite meet, please don't worry about it. Luckily that one has, but it's not the end of the world. You can make amendments if you want to, okay? So first things first, and that's that done. So what am I going to do next? Let's have a look. I want to put a bit of a line in, I think. So I'm going to go, now do I do this in pen or pencil first? Tell you what, I'm going to do the middle bit in pencil first. So let's just have a look at this. What I want to do, as I said, let's go in a bit. I want to curve it slightly, okay? So I'm going to come in, put a bit of a curve, bit of a curve, bit of a curve, and a bit of a curve. So that gives me something to work to, okay? So whilst I'm at it, I'm going to come in and do curve there and there. So I've got a little shape going on the inside. Okay, so far so good. So I'm going to put little shapes in here as well. So I'm going to put little lines down there and there. Turn it round. There and there. So I'm just either side of that sort of construction line there, just as a little bit of a guide. And then I'm going to follow the shape to create that. So let's do that again. And round we go. And along. So each one, just joining those lines together now, turning it as I go. And that one. Okay, so a little look. So in context, not huge, it's just sort of little in the middle, that's fine. I think I'm going to come in with pencil for now, just so we get the first line going. And if you want to do it this side rather than this side, that's fine. I know sometimes this is a little bit awkward because I'm left-handed, so naturally I'm going to go that way. So I don't want to go right to the top. I'm going to come down a bit, and just to make life a little bit easier, I'm going to put a little mark there so I know that each one is going to be of a similar sort of size. So let's follow this line and create a curve, look, from there to there. So from this line, extending it over to that point there. So I'm going to turn it round, same again. And again, follow it round. And again, follow it round, okay? So let's go in a little bit so you see what I've got there. So let's come back in. And I'm going to put those lines in. One there. And there. See, just sort of keep it going. It doesn't matter which way you draw it once you've got the line in, it's fine. So I've got that sort of shape going on. So we're comfortable now. I think we can go in with pen. So what I want to do now is I want to take this one and join it to this one here. You ready? It's quite a large sort of shape. So imagine where the curve's going to go. See? Imagine. So far so good. Let's turn it round. And again. So imagine first and then around. And again. So you kind of get a little bit of practice in here and you think, okay, I've got this. I know what I'm doing. So there's our little sort of shape going on. So sticking with that kind of shape, what I want to do here is I want to sort of split this off a little bit. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to put myself a curve there. So it's not quite halfway. See, I've got a smaller piece there. So again, it's coming from that point, coming down about halfway. Again, from the point down. So it's not halfway, so it's a little bit further in. So I'm not going halfway, a little bit shorter. And again. So I've got that sort of little shape inside. Okay. So let's have a look then. I've got this shape here. What I want to do here, I'm going to put curves in. I'm going to start there, look. And put curves in. So I've started from the wider end. And I'm going to follow it through and keep putting curves in. All the way along. There you go. So I'm going to bring a little bit of colour in there. Like I'm going to sort of fill every other one in. So I've got a bit of a stripe going on. So you can sort of see where it's going. It's something that I like to do, you know, do a little bit and then fill it in. Working in. So I'm working into the next one. Same thing, look. I'm going to start with that one. Now, if you want to do all the stripes first and then come back and fill them in, you can do that. But I kind of find certainly giving it a go and getting the stripes going, you get into a set of like a routine. And you can come back and fill it anytime, can't you? Or you can use a different colour if you want. It mixes nicely, doesn't it? All right. Another one. So start in the same place each time. I'm not counting how many I've done, so it doesn't matter. It's all about getting that first one the same, and then everything else works from there, really. So let's fill that one in. Look, the bottom one every time first, and then the others. As long as you've got one that works the same, it's all fine. So see how it just sort of wander in. Let's do the others. Now, if you wanted to as well, you could change the colours of this. So you could do each one different. So keep it this sort of colour here. Just going to fill them in. The next one. So, same again. And you know, you can take your time with this as well. I know we sort of have a set time for these videos. it's just want to, you know, get the most out of it. You don't want to watch me colouring for hours, do you? So there we go. So we've got that little bit going on. So what's our next sort of step? I'm going to come in with a little bit of a shape here. You ready? Oh, already started it. Look at that. So being that I'm going to be doing the same in the others, let's work on getting those little curves in to start with. See? One on each. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to put another line around it. So you see, I'm a little bit slower this time with that one because I want to make it a little bit neater if I can. And I don't want to go too wide with it. So there we go. Round. Fill that bit in there. It gives me that shape. So, working with it this way, I'm going to start here, middle. I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 2 there. And if you can, if you find that yours are bigger, that's fine. You can always do 2 and 3s. Or just 3 completely. It depends on how you draw. But maybe that's a little bit bigger than the others, but I'm not looking, so that's okay. Same with this one. Alright. Little sort of flowery shape. You see there I got a little mark where I actually redid my piece. It's going to come in, look, I put some lines. There you go, look, that goes away. I'm not going to colour them in though. Just a little bit of detail. Sometimes you have to kind of just change things up a bit. It's not that you've gone wrong, it's just that you needed an extra bit to put in, okay? So far so good. Okay, so let's have a look at this bit now, this sort of triangular shape. I think before I go any further, I want to put in, a little line over the top of that. And a little line over the top of that one. I'm going to do the same with all of them. Just so it's got a little bit of space between this and the next piece. Okay, so I'm going to split this into 2. See, I already look guiding myself, gauging it, and then going for it. Once I've done one, I'm confident enough to do the others. See, just work it out first. Work it out first. Then I've got it split. So I'm putting curve on the top, curve on the top. You see these little gaps? I'm going to fill them in. Working on same principle, look, curve, curve, and then fill any little gaps in as we don't need them. And again, curve, curve, fill in the gaps. So you get the idea. Last one then. So what we all up to today? Oh, Susan, it doesn't matter, you're never late. You know, we are what we are. Sometimes I start late. Sometimes I start a bit early. But it's nice that they always happen though, isn't it? You know, it's nice to have that kind of thing going on. Let's have a look at this then. We've got that so far. Okay. So next little bit then, I'm going to sort of work on these edges we've got here. It's nice having that little bit in the background, isn't it? So you've got that sort of filled in bit going on, but then you've got these extras. So I think whilst I'm here, you know where I've got these little shapes, I'm going to come in and I'm going to just put a thicker line around the top and the left side, see? So now this one, look, I'm going to go same again, like the top and the left side, and the top on the left side, top and the left side. See, let's have a look. That's okay. Job done. I'm going to put, that's all right. Same you look, top and left. Just so they all look similar. That's the top as well, isn't it? That's it. Okay. Oh, messages start. My messages always come up late. I don't know why. starts and I think there's nobody there. And all of a sudden I get bombarded with messages. Hi, everybody. Oh, it's lovely to have you with us. Welcome. Doesn't matter if you're late, if you're drawing along or not. Doesn't matter. Just enjoy it. Okay? I'm going to put a little filled in bubble inside that as well. I want to see some dark with those lights. With that inked tile in the background, I want to sort of give it something to work with. All right, ready for the next bit then? Okay, so I'm going to go from corner to corner here. So let's do it in pencil first so you can see it. Nothing gets by some of you, does it? You see? That's what I'm aiming for. All right. So let's put in there. Okay, can't show you much of it yet because this is only the sample because the others are on their way. But it's not black. Okay, same with this one, look. So I'm sort of following that border, if you recall. I've got the similar pattern than what I did before, so I went out and extended it, remember? Okay, next job then. So what I want to do this time, I don't want to join it. Let me do it in pencil. I'm not going to join it from there to there. That would be just too predictable. So come about halfway in and then join it. You see? So imagine from this line, look, to there. Have a look. There. See? Like that. Because I'm keeping my sort of hand where it is and my piece in a similar place, I've got that kind of thing going. Pull that one in. I thought I'd give them the run over, you know, see what I thought. This time fully using it for a piece of art rather than practicing and testing. Okay. Oh, see that one? Look, it's not joined. Let's do that with it. Yeah, like that. So it's like slightly offset now, isn't it? And you think, oh, how's that going to work? But it is. So what I do want to do on this side, where we've got the wider bit, I'm going to bring in another line like this. All the way down. See, each one. Okay. So that's quite nice, isn't it? It does look a bit blue, doesn't it? I wonder. Oh, maybe I could change it. All right, so this one, I want to put in bubbles. Bubbles. Okay, round we go. So let's put in those little gaps and fill it in. Okay, same here. So this one looks a little bit wider than that, but I don't mind. I'm still going to start at the bottom, putting that one in. Remember, we're not trying to keep it symmetrical. If we were doing that, we would have to trace it. So we're not aiming for that. Let's fill that bit in. And along we go. Into those little corner bits. And again. So working on that smaller sort of shape. Coming around with my bubbles there. Getting smaller. It's always nice to start with a larger one if you're confident with it, because it sets the pace and then everyone after that just gets easier. That's how I see it. And along to that one. And the other thing as well, you know, if you're actually inking your backgrounds and you're using different bits and pieces, make sure it's completely dry before you do anything on it. Otherwise, you might find that your pen's going to soak. All right, so there we go. We've got these little sort of shapes going on now. So I want to come in with, let's have a look. I'm going to put a little, what do I want to do here? Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go in here. You ready? Put that shape. So it's a little bit different. A little bit different. Okay. And inside there, I'm going to bring in a little bottle, you see? I slightly curved it, and it's going in, facing towards that piece there. And again. And again. There you go. All right. I know, Vicky, so when you use bleach and something in the background, it does change things a little bit. But, you know, it's dry, so let's see how it goes. Okay, so let's have a look then. We've got the rest of this shape. I'm going to bring it this way. And what I want to do here is I'm going to put in 1, 2, 3. Okay, and again, I'm going to fill in those little bits there. Don't need them. Turn it round. And 1, 2, and 3. Fill it in again. Okay. Same again. So I'm counting now, aren't I? You don't need to, but I think with something like this, because it is quite a big section, if you did 3 then 2, you'd have to then do 3 then 2. So try and keep this the same amount if you can. If you've got to do it in pencil first, that's fine. Or draw the middle one first and then one either side. Just needs to be a little similar. Okay, so we've got that going on. All right, like that. So moving on to this last little piece here. It's going to be, let's have a look, what do I want to do with it? I'm going to come down and create 1, 2, and 3. That means I've kind of drawn the last one on the border, you see? And the next one. 1, 2. Now, if you need to use a straight edge to put that border one in, that's fine. So, sort of going with the freestyle. Being that I'm kind of there in the moment with it, it's fine. Each one. And down we go. Okay. So just on the bottom of those, let's put in little shapes there. Okay. Okay. And again. And again. And the next one. There you go. Okay. So working with that, I'm going to come in with a bit of shading now. So regular pencil. And let's start with the middle. You see where we did this darker bit here? Oh, let's get rid of that line first. We don't want that in the way, do we? Okay. And in there. Just going to put it where I put that darker line earlier. Into there. And then let's have a look either side the stripes. So it's along either side. Down we go. And the next one. So just a little bit there. Now it's a really sort of dark tile, so I'm not too worried if that doesn't show completely. Let's do a little bit in these, because it's just the nature of it, isn't it? And sometimes it's nice to have a pastel tile, and sometimes we can go with something a bit darker. Again, I'm going to go just around those little bits there. And then just around those bits. Okay. And then let's have a look here, top and bottom. And I'm going to come down a little bit there. Same again, like top and bottom. And down that bit there. Top and bottom. And there. It's quite a quick one today, isn't it, this? I'm going to go sort down the lines with this one. Down the lines. There we go. Like so. And little smirks on these. Now you could, if you wanted to, do these in colour, but I'm going completely with shading today. I'm going to bring a white out in a minute, but most of it I'm going to go with this. Okay. So let's bring a tortillon in and start again in the middle, sort of ease it out. Ease it out. Okay. And you could always come back in and add a bit more if you wanted to afterwards. Depends how you feel. But I'm going to work it out. Shading around there. So I'm not kind of following the protocol today and doing every bit in sequence. I'm sort of going around and adding that shading wherever I've sort of got my tortillon at the time. Same with this one. Just sort of going over those edges there, just softening it off a little bit. Okay. See, just ease it off. There we go. It's working really well. Considering we've got a little bit of a household product underneath, it's working really well. Got that going on. So let's bring a bit of white chalky pencil in. And I want to come back to the middle where I've got the lighter bit. So it's opposite where this thick line is here. So let's give that one a little bit. See the difference there already? There you go. Along there. So opposite where I put the thicker lines earlier. Yeah. So a little, let's go a little bit further out. See the difference there? That's it. Now down here, come down the middle. I like doing that. Now if you find you've got too much graphite on, your chalk pencil might not want to work, so you could go down with a white gel pen, because it was quite a small area, but I'm going to persevere with it. Sometimes it's perhaps even easier, you know, or better to come in with this first. There you go, see? And then put your graphite in afterwards. They argue a little bit. Okay. Let's do that again. See, just get rid of a bit of that, and then look, it goes in great. There you go. All right. So Just sort of, you know, adding a bit over the top there. Just brings that little bit of light as we go. Sort of work it over. It's amazing, that little bit of white and the difference, isn't it? I'm going to come back and do those bubbles in a minute, but I just want to do these bits first. Okay, so the opposite side of the bubbles. Opposite side of the bubbles. Yeah. Okay. That's it. Okay, so I'm just going to come back in with my mechanical just for a moment. Just want to just add a little touch of darkness to those sides there. Okay. Let's see. There you go. All right. So all that being done, of course these could have been, you know, if they were all in black, you're going to get a different feel, but being that I use a different colour, it softens it up a little bit. So last thing to do is bit the signature. Now let's have a look. So there we go. There it is. So there you go. Today's little tile, a little bit of a twist one there. Gives you a little bit of movement. So enjoy, everybody, and hope you've enjoyed that, and have a go at it, see what you can do with it. Maybe try it different colours, maybe not. Maybe do it with a black tile and a white pen. So enjoy either way, and have a nice whatever left of your day, and I'll catch you again on Friday. So take care. See you soon. Bye.